Hey guys, this is Andy from Fanfield Racing giving you a preview of this weekend's 5th annual Thaw Brawl at Lasalle Speedway. We've got last year's Summer Nationals winner from Lasalle on the phone, Mr. Chris Simpson. Chris, how you doing today?
Good.
Now, I know you were racing out in Arizona while the rest of us froze out here back in the winter. How does that give you an advantage over the competition? Do you feel like you've kind of knocked the rust off and are ready to go compared to some guys who haven't run it all this year?
Yeah, I think so. Every time that you're in the car, or more time that you're in the car, is always better. So I feel like, just kind of breaking the winter up a little bit, going out there, getting a few laps, finding new stuff with the car, and kind of pretty much just knocking the rust off. So, we're ready to go, and we'll see what we can do.
Awesome. And I just did see on your website that you recently switched to Longhorn chassis, and there's no denying how good they've worked for guys like Davenport and a few others. Can you give us maybe some reasons on why you switched or why you thought that might work better for what you got going on?
I have one of each still. I still have a Black Diamond I had from last year, but Longhorn kind of approached me and just said that they really didn't have anybody in their area and was interested in maybe doing something. So we just kind of, with all the successes that Davenport, Madden, and Casey Roberts and those guys have had, it's kind of be foolish to say no and say I wasn't interested in doing it. So we just we actually were down there last week and picked up the new car, and then stopped at KC Raceway in Chillicothe and got a few laps on it. We didn't really have the equipment we needed to be there as far as tires and stuff. So got a few laps on it, and then we did a little testing last night for about 4 hours with it. So, it feels good. I guess we'll know more when we stack up against these guys this weekend.
Yeah, and to kind of add on that, that's got to feel pretty good with all the excellent competition out here in the Midwest to be tapped to drive one of those cars for those guys.
Yeah, it does. More and more people, in the area here are getting Black Diamonds, and it seems like everywhere you line up, there's 5 or 6 of them in front of you and 5 or 6 of them behind you. So, I've always kind of been a person that likes something different. So I really only think there's one other person in our area, as far as Iowa, that has one. So it'd be kind of cool to unload it and see how we stack up against everybody else.
Definitely. Also, last year you had an awesome battle with Jason Fager for the Summer Nationals win. Does that give you any confidence going into this race?
It does. I love the racetrack. I've always enjoyed going to LaSalle. I am, pretty sure that the track, they left it the same. That last race we had there was awesome. Mm-hmm. Not just because I won, but as far as the racing, and all in all was, very, very competitive and racy. So, we're definitely excited to go back. Obviously, it's going to be the first race of the year. So, Friday night there might be a little, the track conditions might get a little wet or a little rough or, kind of whatever throws at us, but we'll be ready either way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for those who may not know, Friday night is paying $5,000 to win. Saturday night is $15,000, and there's $1,000 fast time awards both nights provided by LaSalle with partnership with Fanfield Racing. What would $15,000 mean to you and your program for this season?
It'd be huge, to start up the season. Obviously, everybody says racing winners is, not racing during the winter. You save your money, but my money seems to dwindle down through the winter, spending money on new cars and new equipment. So I'm ready to get season started. There's be nothing better to go out there and win $15,000 to help pay for this new car right off the bat. So, we're gonna go at it 100% and see what we can do.
Absolutely, and it's kind of exciting to see a bigger paying race here in Illinois. And I know Fairbury and Farmer City are doing some good things. I also think Tony Izzo Jr. with LaSalle has done a great job of bringing the money and the big shows back to LaSalle and Illinois in general. I find it odd that there's not, a crown jewel in the state of Illinois, given that we got the Summer Nationals and the competition and everything out here. I also watched an interview where Fager was saying that the track has been as good as it's ever been for about the past 10 years, and it certainly produced some great racing. What are your thoughts on seeing some more of those big money races back in Illinois and how good this track has been recently?
It's hard not to deny the racing in Illinois is awesome as far as, sometimes those drivers, like a place like Fairbury last year, they had it going a little too fast and guys were tearing stuff up and slowed it down. But as far as the racing has always been excellent on the small little tracks. And we grew up racing on big tracks. So me or my brother weren't really big fans of, these small tracks, but I still say, like going to LaSalle, the way they have that place figured now as far as the shape of it, it's been a long time since we've been able to run up against the wall in 3 and 4. And that last Summer Nationals race, we were time trialing right up on the wall. So, he just added, 20 to 15 feet of racing surface. So, that track, it always looked wide, but it kind of raced a little narrow. But with what he's done the last year on with the grader and redoing everything, it races so much wider. So, they've had Lucas races and stuff like that, but to be able to get a big crown event, it'd be huge, for the state of Illinois.
Yeah, definitely. It's glad to hear that the racers are liking it more because, it's definitely producing some quality action for the fans to see. We also wanted to know maybe what your plans were for the rest of this season.
We're just going to hit and miss. I love going and racing with the Lucas guys and the stiffer competition. Got a lot of good friends on that series. But as far as for us, we got like 9 or 10 MLRA Corn Belt races in the state of Iowa, so we want to make sure we hit most of them. And then, we'll get over into Illinois and get all of Fairbury and LaSalle and all the Summer National races there close to home. So, we're just going to kind of race around, pick and choose. I got 3 kids, and so I like to spend time with them, and those shorter racetracks allow them to go a lot more. So we'll just kind of race around home here and hopefully pick up some wins and make some money and just have fun at it.
Yeah, there's definitely no need to travel when there's so many good paying races near home here.
It's hard to drive past 5,000 to win the race, but 10,000 to win with twice the competition. So kind of just use our heads and race some stuff around home here.
Yeah, definitely. We also learned last year that you had a partnership with the Childress race team running that 5-car at some of those bigger races around the country. Is that the case this year, or do you guys got anything worked out?
We haven't really got anything set in stone yet. They, with the oil prices and stuff like that, their business kind of took a hit, so they're gonna, just kind of race local for a while, and then from what I understand, if they get out and do some national stuff like the topless or stuff like that, they'll give me a call and we'll go do something. But they're great people. They run a top class race team, and I definitely wouldn't say no, I'm not going to do anything. But as of right now, we don't have anything lined up for sure.
Okay. I know you mentioned you like to spend time with your family, and I'm sure maybe work would prevent you from doing some of the stuff too. But in talking with some of your fans and just from a question from my personal self, is there any other reason beyond that you maybe wouldn't commit to running the full Summer Nationals or a Lucas or a Woo National Tour at some point in time in the future?
No, it's always something that we definitely would like to do. Our business, it's a family-owned business, but I still do all the purchasing for all the business, so I have to be there a certain amount. I mean, I can miss days and most likely miss every Friday, but I have to be there. I couldn't just load up and be gone for 30 days and not show up and expect to be back in the swing of things. So the number one priority is family and keeping the business going, and then we definitely do as much racing as we can. But it's just, without a huge sponsor, I have a lot of great sponsors with cheap cars and Chase Decals and Simpson Farms and 5 Star and all the guys that help me out, Advanced Machine and Tool, and all my product sponsors with FK and all those guys. They do a ton for me, but to go run that level, it takes definitely a good size sponsorship to be able to go do that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I've been watching your Facebook page a lot recently, and see that you guys got some new T-shirts out, and the first diecast you've ever done through ADC. Could you tell us maybe where a fan would go to get some of that stuff from you guys besides your website?
Yeah, the website's mainly where I have everything, but ASI will have T-shirts on the trailer, and then I will have T-shirts in my trailer, and I will have diecast in my trailer too. So it's been a few years since I did diecast and had a lot of requests for it. We've already sold over, I think, 20 or 22 diecasts. So, it's something we just felt we needed to get done, and you guys anybody can get them on the website at chrissimpson32.com, and then at the ASI trailer, at my trailer at the racetrack too.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for your time today, and maybe end things to see if you had anything that you wanted to say to the fans.
No, I just appreciate all the fans that come by, and our winters are not very long, but they're long enough, and it's always, my favorite part about going to the racetrack is seeing all the fans and all the friends we have met throughout the years. So, I just, without all their support, I wouldn't be able to do it, and I just got to thank them for all they do for us.
Great. Yeah, that's great to hear. Well, I'm going to be posting this interview online, and hopefully a lot of people get a chance to hear it. I also wanted to know, if you were to win the $15,000 on Saturday, where can we come and party and drink up all your beer on that Saturday night?
We'll be right there at the track. We'll if we have that, I'm sure Izzo will be over there telling me I owe him something for him preparing the track so good that I won the $15,000. So we'll definitely have plenty of Busch Lights sitting there, and it sounds like Burkhoffer will be there, so I'm sure he'll be over there drinking a few with us too. So.
All right. Well, that's great to hear. Well, Chris, thanks for your time again, and we'll see you this weekend for the 5th annual Thaw Brawl, Friday and Saturday.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.